Hello, everybody, and welcome to Joker's Wildside Reviews. I am Lobo,
I'm Jax.
and today we got a special episode as the Netflix special or Netflix show for the
Mhm.
live action of Avatar has finally come out, and we finally saw it all.
Yeah.
Uh,
We're getting to it a little bit late and all things considered. Um, if you guys are still on the fence about if you should watch this show, this is the perfect video for you guys to watch and find out what we liked, what we didn't like.
mhm.
Um,
An overall review.
yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Well, let's start off right off the bat. What are some of the episodes you really liked specifically?
Um,
And then we'll go over all the titles as well.
So a few of the episodes that I liked was like episode 1, episode 2, Aang and Omashu or Warriors.
Warriors.
Omashu was underwhelming. Into the Dark was not what I was expecting. Spirited Away was weird. Masks was interesting. The North and the Legends was basically the same.
Is that the two part pretty
Yeah,
much?
it's the two-parter of the big battle at the end.
Yeah. For me, obviously, and the intro to it, very similar to the animated show.
Yeah.
Warriors was okay. I did find my favorite casting in that one. That we'll get into in a little bit. Omachu was a little weird because it was different. Obviously, like we said, the
Yeah.
show was not going to be exact copy.
It was definitely a remix, and
Mhm.
they did state that they made it their own, or that it's a remix and not a cover.
Mhm.
And I can 100% agree. They made it their own show.
Yes, definitely. Into the Dark. I don't remember that one too much.
Secret Tunnel.
Secret Tunnel. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I kind of remember. Then it was after Into the Dark. It is
Spirited Away.
when he's in the with the spirit
Spirit
world.
Realm.
Yeah. Mask. I actually did like it a lot.
It was good. It's probably one of the most rewatchable episodes, honestly.
Yes. Yeah. If those that don't know, that's when they freed Aang.
Yeah, Zuko. I kept wanting
Yeah.
to say Zorro.
Zoro no Zuko
It's
frees.
4 letters, man.
Yeah. Close enough. He frees Aang. But they also played kind of like in many shows where there's two different stories, but it's the same
Mhm. Same concept.
same concept. Yeah, with people wearing masks and stuff. The North obviously is the ending, the final battle, including Legends. That's where I found my least favorite cast, by the way, which I will tell you here in a bit.
It was probably my least favorite portions of the episodes, I should say. And it
Really?
was kind of just like the underwhelming factor of we're getting all of this information now, and there's just a lot that they mishmashed with it all, and I get it, it's nice to be able to do your own thing. But what was your least favorite casting?
Okay, my least favorite casting was Princess Yue, the one in the north,
Uh-huh.
the Princess of the Moon. I don't think it was nothing wrong with her. I think it was her look. And I looked up to her. She's a pretty actress. She's a pretty woman. Um, so I just think the whole setup was not
Pretty woman.
next to me. uh,
Yeah,
it was just a little off for me. I don't think it fit too well.
for me, the problem that I had with Princess Yue was specifically her character. Her character didn't feel, and yes, it is a remix, not a cover.
Mhm.
Princess Yue felt too far away from her animated character for me to
Mm.
consider her the same person, honestly.
So to me, that was not the issue. To me, it was the look of her. I did not like it. I don't know. And they kept it pretty close to the animated series.
Yeah,
I just did not feel
immersed.
her look. No, not immersed. I think the way she played it was fine. I just don't. It's the way she looked. She did
Okay.
not look. I don't know. Something about it
Just
did not
off.
work. Yeah, it was off. Just kind of like they were not my worst casting, but Zuko and Azula were a little bit off for me too.
I know that you were pissed off about Zuko and Asula. I agree with the
Mm-hmm.
Zuko.
Mm-hmm.
Asula, I'm very, very much on the fence for. And I know a lot of people also had issues with Katara as well.
Yeah, I with those I did not have an issue. A little, like I said, a little bit with Zuko and a little bit with Azula.
Zuko to me just didn't feel bulky enough. He
Agreed.
he he just too thin, too
See,
teenagery.
to me, that was the thing. He was in okay shape, thin, but his face is teenager face.
Yeah.
And I get it. It was the same. It was around the same time that Zuko was looking for him. I don't know. It just was a little off. Like I said, it was not
Yeah.
nothing that's bad as Princess Yue.
Mm.
Uh, but what was your favorite part of the show and your favorite casting?
Um, Favorite part, I'm gonna just have to go with the general concept of the story still staying the same.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's a beautiful show. I can't
Yes.
say that I necessarily had any specific favorite parts.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that they changed where the comedy was at certain points.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have a lot more negative to talk about than positive. I didn't
Gotcha.
hate the show. I thought it was a good show,
Very good show to me.
but it lands kind of on the fence of being like it's really good or it's bad, and not even like really bad, but just
Just slightly.
yeah, just slightly like dipping your toe into the bad water.
See, I'm not as critical with you, because I came in one understanding was going to be completely different, or somewhat different.
Mhm.
And you can see in a few episodes where they kind of crammed 2 or 3 episodes all in one, or
Yeah.
four even with some at some points.
Oh, actually, I found my favorite part.
Go for it.
When Zuko and Iroh are talking in the bar and they're like, well, we can't get information out about the Avatar. And then everybody in the bar
Well, I
is
was
just like
talking
the
about it.
Avatar. And the thing that made it even better is they referenced some of the episodes that weren't in the show, like they were either still doing stuff or it was a part of the story or lore that was rolling around. Like they talked about the volcano
Mm.
and just a few of the other things that they did in the animated TV show. They made good references to it. I don't think that they left anything out of the show um, because they included it all in one way or another.
For the most part, there was like little things that we kind of figured. I'm surprised they got the cabbages guy in there though, for sure.
Yeah, they kept tempting us with Fate, man, because
Yeah.
the first one, it's not the cabbage cart guy.
Yeah.
Then the second cart you see, not the cabbage cart guy.
Yeah, I think it's to the third one in the Omashu, right?
And then they hit him again. He has two parts, man.
Yeah, that one I was surprised they put him in it, but I'm glad they did, and I'm pretty sure all the fans of the original one love it.
Yeah.
Um, I was so my favorite parts because I have a few. Um, one was when Prince Zuko saves his uncle from being sent to that Earth Kingdom prison
Yeah.
in Omashu. That one was pretty nice.
Oh, the mine.
Yes, the mine. Um, I there was another one. Like I said, the mask was really good.
Yeah.
All that area.
I don't say the mask was a favorite part for me because it was just like the best episode overall for me. So that's why it's hard for me to like pick out a moment from that.
Yeah.
The whole episode was basically good for me.
Yeah. There was probably a little more that I didn't like just because it was so much different than what we were expecting. But like I said, I understood it. It was going to be different.
I did too. I just still have a lot of gripes
Yeah.
about it.
Well, talking about gripes, let's go into them. If you want, go first and I'll jump in after.
I don't want to beat everything down because it's probably an echo chamber of everything that people didn't like.
Yes.
The biggest points that I didn't like though was the Spirited Away episode where you have Sokka and Katara. They get trapped in the spirit realm as well.
Mm-hmm.
And traditionally, yes, Sokka does get trapped in the spirit realm, but he goes not on his own choice.
He's taken, yeah.
Yeah, he's removed by
That's-
Pebe.
Yeah, the spirit of the bear of the
Yeah.
forest.
Hey
Yeah.
bye. Hey bye.
Hmm.
Um, and it was just a little weird. I did like that we did see the face stealer. It was in a little bit of weird pacing, but I like how they did the face stealer.
I did like that they said what the previous Avatar took from him,
Hmm.
because in the animated series they did not say it.
Um, no, so in the animated series, a few hundred years ago, an avatar came to battle him,
Mm.
and I'm pretty sure, yeah, a few hundred years ago, an avatar came to battle. I can't think of the guy's name, the face stealer's name. Um, and
Took something from him.
no, he tried to kill him because he took
Oh,
his
his
girlfriend's
face.
face or his wife's face.
Hmm.
Um, so he held the grudge against him. And in the show, they give him a more legitimate reason for trying to go at it and why a previous avatar was there, and then why um, the previous avatar before Aang, it starts with an R.
Roku.
Roku.
Hmm.
Avatar Roku. And it was neat, but there was just a lot of things that were off about the show.
Well,
They did pretty good about it.
mhm. Like you said in the beginning, it kept real with the concept of the story for
Mhm.
the most part. Yeah.
Yeah, for the most part, it's the same story. If you want to look at it from its own, a new perspective, it's definitely a good show to watch.
Mhm.
If you're expecting the same exact show,
No.
don't watch it.
I mean,
Uh,
I would still watch it because I love Avatar, but
yeah, I love Avatar too, but if you're just going to sit there and crap on it all day long,
mm,
day in, day out, and you know that, oh, it's different, I'm not gonna like it.
you're going with the bad
Yeah,
attitude.
you're going in with a bad attitude. I went in knowing that it was going to be different.
Mm.
I still have my bad takeaways from it, but overall, I am glad that I watched the show.
Yeah, my bad takeaways weren't really as bad. I don't think so. The
Well, I have another one too, but I'll let you go.
Yeah, the ones that really get me is when they squish together like four episodes, Omasha specifically, and hold on, let me get his name real quick. And the thing with
King Boomy.
King Boomy was
King
a
Boomy was
360, a
yeah.
360 of the character, so it's kind of like
Yeah, King Boomy definitely hurt me
mhm,
because he like edges Aang into being like, hey,
fight.
are you doing this?
Mhm.
No, it's like, hey, you're my best friend.
Yeah,
Um,
it's just a 360 from the character
yeah.
he portrayed in the animated series to this.
What I would say though is he did dedicate how much and how serious the situation actually is. That is one thing that
That
he benefited to the story, but
Yes.
it felt not right.
Yeah, it just like I said, it just felt really wrong on that. Uh, but at the end of the day, he does come around. Uh, but other than that, I really don't have too much crazy to say about it. You said you had another.
So actually, I have two more.
Okay.
They really treated Aang like a 12-year-old in the terms of he needed to be helped along, like literally handheld the entire time. I understand that at certain points, avatars, oh, excuse me, avatars had to basically merge with his body to help him in a certain situation. But it seemed like anytime Aang had any conflict whatsoever, he
Mhm.
was too afraid to do it himself,
Mhm.
and he needed a spirit to help him out. And
Yeah.
I get it, if he's the link in the bridge between spirits, it would make sense that he's utilizing these powers, but he just felt not strong in the live action. And yes, he's a 12-year-old kid, but do something.
Mhm.
It's Avatar Roku, Kyoshi, whatever the waterbender guy was, which I don't remember his
I don't
name.
remember his name either, but yeah, I do agree with you there. They made him look a little. Granted, he is a little kid.
Yes, he's a 12-year-old.
Uh, but they definitely made him look weaker than the show did
Yeah.
around this point.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and the other thing, again, going back to Aang, is he didn't try.
Mhm.
He never learned waterbending, and that upset me a little bit. He never tried to learn waterbending.
I thought he did.
He did one or two things with Katara, but he just watched her.
Gotcha.
He
Yeah.
he just watched her. Katara got the scroll. He watched her waterbend. He never tried waterbending. She pushed waves. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he never attempted to waterbend. Now, him as a character, he did waterbend, yes, but that was after he was imbued with spirits
Yeah.
or other previous avatars.
Mhm.
So it's
Yeah, I agree.
he just didn't try.
But overall, let's give our overall review. I'll go first on this one. I have a feeling you're going to be a little tougher on that. Overall, as a standalone show, I give it 2 thumbs up. It is not a middle finger; is not quite there yet. Like I said, it was not a great show, but it was a good show. If you come into it like expecting, like you said earlier, face to face value on the Avatar show versus this show,
Yeah.
it is not. It is definitely different. But it's still, I think it still keeps to the core and keeps a lot of positive things from the actual animated show.
100%.
So 2 thumbs up for me. How about you, Jax?
So you said a very good keyword that really made my mind think, and you said a standalone show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to push out all of my emotion and trying to think about
Nostalgia.
my nostalgia and trying to think about how, if I was to watch this for the first time, how I would feel about it, without comparing it to the original Avatar. I would give it 2 thumbs up. If I'm comparing it to the previous Avatar, I still give it a thumbs up. But 2 thumbs up if it's a standalone show. If it was the first of its kind, I would watch it. I'd be waiting for season 2 100%.
Yep.
I wouldn't have the gripes that I have now, but that's because we have previous information.
Exactly. But regardless, like it is still very good to go watch it, even if you are a fan of the or if you're not. It is very interesting and very good. I'll tell you what though, it's 1,000 times better than that fucking movie.
Oh yeah, other than the live action movie that they first did. But we're not talking about that one today. So
Yeah.
other than that, I think that's all I have for Avatar: The Last Airbender live action.
Oh. One more thing. My favorite casting.
Oh yes, yes.
Where is she at?
Suki from the
Warriors.
yes, from the I can't remember the
Kyoshi
Kyoshi Warriors.
Yeah. Maria Zhang.
She was probably my favorite casting.
I think everybody's favorite casting.
The only problem I did have with that part though is she did take off the makeup when I believe they're not supposed to take off the makeup.
Yeah.
And it kind of unimmersed me a little bit, but she was like the perfect part for Suki.
I think so too. Perfect casting on that. But other than that, I think that's all we have. Unless you have something else.
No, that's all. I got my last bit of I'll say it, hatred out.
Jesus. But either way, go watch it. Get your own opinion. Remember, these are just 2 doofuses, 2 jokers, with our own opinions. Take it as a grain of salt.
Always formulate your own opinions. Don't listen to what other people have to say.
Exactly. If you want to get a little informed, this might be a little bit, but make your own decisions at the end of the day. Also, be grateful for everything you have, and be grateful for the problems you don't have. It could always be much, much worse. Just look at the news, which I don't do because of that reason. Yeah. So, but regardless, I've been Lobo.
I've been Jax.
And this was Joker's Wild Side Review. See ya.
ya.